Okay, I'd like to get started if we could. Thank you all for attending our announcement this afternoon of our new volleyball coach. What I'd like to do is tell you who it is. It's not particularly closely guarded at this point, but then make a few comments about why we chose our new coach, and then welcome him to the podium to make comments. So first of all, I would like to introduce our new volleyball coach for our team, along with the girls here, Manolo Concepcion. Manolo, welcome to Evansville. And my comments will be brief because I want Manolo to be able to make the comments, but I think you'll be able to see the enthusiasm. When we go out to look for a new head coach in any of our sports, there are several things that I like to look at, and does the candidate have these qualities? And the more discussion that I had with Manolo, the more and more comfortable I became that this is absolutely the case, from the references to the people I talk to the interaction. But it's always good that someone has experience in a private school and they have a passion for the University of Evansville. In Manolo's case, we get both. He's worked at the University of Evansville under Coach Swan, so he knew the university, he knows what we're all about, and was very enthusiastic about saying, I love my experience here, and I would really like to come back and coach the girls. I think that you have a solid group of young student athletes on the team, on our volleyball team, and that I can help them get better and we can grow the program. So that in its own right created an enthusiasm that somebody really likes it and they've been here and they want to be back. Someone with a good organizational skills, and when I talked to Manolo about organization, he has an MBA along with his college degree, so he's worked in regard to owning his own business, having an MBA, which all requires significant talent in an organization from an organizational standpoint. And I find that Manolo has had that on every detail that he calls me about every 5 minutes to ask me. So I'm happy that you are interested in that and want to get that done, and that worked very well too. From a recruiting standpoint, we always like to recruit student athletes that are going to be able to compete well in the Missouri Valley Conference. Manolo has worked in Puerto Rico with a recruiting company that he had a degree of ownership in as well. And when I had a chance to talk to some of the other coaches in the Missouri Valley, they indicated that they had worked with Manolo and on some of the student athletes, and the quality of the student athletes and the skill level of those student athletes was excellent. So that made me feel good that we could step out and be able to continue to recruit the quality of student athletes that we have right now and even improve our team as well. The technical side and the coaching side is also very important to me. Manolo has coached in numerous settings, from coaching men's to coaching women's, coaching in college, and so the variety is really good. And when you take a look through in our press release here some of the comments about the technical skills, I think you'll see that that'll be a big component of teaching and getting better, which is the number one way of making our team stronger, is to how are we going to approach it and how are we going to grow and get better. Obviously, I think those of you that have been around me for a long time know that one of the most important things to me is that the student athletes have a good experience. They are pushed competitively, but when it's all finished, that they leave the school and say, I had an enjoyable time. I spent a lot of time investigating that, time talking to the team about some of the things that they would want and how we would go forward to find an ideal candidate. And the more I talked to Manolo and his thoughts about, yes, I am going to care. I do care about the student athletes. Trust me, I want to. I will push them. I'll make them better. But they know that I'll have the best interest at heart. And in a lot of the reviews and recruiting that I had, those things came out loud and clear. We had a couple players on our team in the past. Ellen Solon, who was here for 4 years, and one of the most competitive girls that we have. Casey Nixon, who played here as well. Emily Wandersee, who was all Missouri Valley Conference, all saying Manolo helped my game and I enjoyed working with him. We got better, and the team that they were on was the last team that we had that participated in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament, and I feel confident we'll be able to get there again. When we put all those pieces together to find someone who has the kind of passion to come to U of E, the desire to get along with the team, make them better, go recruit better players, the enthusiasm about everything at hand, and I appreciate my chance to work with all the student athletes on the volleyball team because this group has no trouble being very candid about what they think. So I had a lot of learning in that process as well, and I think that the meetings with Manolo have gone very well. So at this point in time, with that in the background, we came to the conclusion. We're very excited about it. Now I'd like to present to you Manolo Concepcion for comments as well.
First of all, I want to say that I'm very happy for John Stanley, Sarah Solinsky, and Coach Swan that have given me the opportunity to come back to a place that I have always felt like home. And that's the most important thing. You know, life is about building relationships. I think I built a lot of great relationships here, and I'm looking forward to build the most important one with these players. Training and development are going to be the key elements in the future from now on. And the future of Evansville is right now. We want to build that kind of future with these players. And they worry about the other things. But the most important matter is that Evansville is in one of the top conferences and has a few of the best players in the conference that just needs to become a better team. And that's what we're all here for. You know, and if we talk about inspiration, in the few times that I have spoken with the girls, I have been inspired by them. And I want to return the favor to them now. I want to be their inspiration in the next years to not just become a better player, but become better people. And like the Evansville mission is that they don't want you to get a job when you graduate from here. They want you to go to your best job possible. And that's the same thing that is going to happen in the court. You're going to have the opportunity to maximize what you are. Okay? And that's what I can guarantee you. Winning and losing is going to depend on what we do every day in the court, outside of the court. Work ethic, like we established already. You know, and the first words that I told them was, we have what it takes, but it will take everything that we have to actually make something happen. Not just the girls, but involving the staff, you know, the AD, the community, and have them become part of this process. What kind of process? A building process. I think Coach Swan, in my opinion, has left us with a consistency in, you know, in what has happened here in terms of bringing UE to the map. And now we have a chance to actually get it to a different level. And what kind of level would that be? Is that we're looking for consistency, girls. We're looking for consistency. And the only way to find consistency is by bringing consistent work. We need to work hard, not just today, but every day. And that's the way that we're going to do it here at Evansville. Thank you. You guys.
Comment on your knowledge of Missouri Valley, some of the other coaches you're going to be coaching against, how you're going to beat them.
Well, I'm glad to be back to actually face people that in a moment, I helped recruit their own players. So, you know, when I actually talked to some of the opponents, that was the first feedback was, congrats, but what's going to happen with the recruits that you have for me? So, you know, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to actually look them in the face and say, those recruits are here now. And, you know, and that's what the Valley will bring. You know, the Valley brings, you know, a different kind of level. You know, having volleyball as a top sport in the Valley, that's where the opportunity is. It's a lot of recruiting that can be done in the Midwest, like, you know, it is proven right here. A lot of great talent. But now let's nationalize and internationalize that kind of talent. And not just that kind of talent, but that kind of training. And have them experience different kind of stuff. That's what I'm looking forward to.
How does it help you get going by already knowing the campus and the community, the people, some of the people you're working with? How does that help you get a jump start on?
Well, I don't need to be worried about anything else but, doing my job. There's not any other barriers that exist because I already feel good here. So I don't need to find the right fit because I already feel that this is the right time and this is the right place to be. So I think that's gonna be a smooth transition where I'm just gonna be worried about what I could control and what I could contribute with these kids and, in the program itself.
Any other questions? No, thank you all very much. No, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
This production has been brought to you by ACES TV.